Welcome to the MicroStation 2D Level 2 course using the V8i version. As you know, Bentley's MicroStation is a powerful CAD program used by architects and engineers when accurate drawings are needed. MicroStation helps teams improve the way they design, model, visualize, document, and map projects of all shapes and sizes. Its capabilities include basic 2D drawings through to photorealistic 3D projects. MicroStation can also combine design information with many levels of data attachment and project management. You will learn some of these techniques here. In this course, you'll be learning the more advanced 2D tools and drawing techniques. And to get the most from this course, I strongly suggest that you draw for yourself the examples and exercises in the videos. There is no substitute for practice. Clearly, it's not possible to include every feature, tool, or option that the software provides. MicroStation is simply too large and complex for that to be feasible. You will find, however, that all major and significant tools and techniques are covered, along with a wide range of hints and tips to increase your productivity. You can work in either customary English or metric dimensions. And there is a working files folder on the disk that contains information and drawing setups that will add to the information in the videos. I will point you to the correct file as the instruction proceeds. If you want more drawing exercises, go to my website at micro-press.com and open the resources page. Now, I assume that you've successfully completed the Level 1 course or an equivalent course and are comfortable with the tools, concepts, and operations contained in that course. In particular, I must assume that you understand and can use AccuDraw with relative ease. Please note that I will not provide detailed instructions or prompt you in the use of tools already covered in the Level 1 course, except where new options are being introduced. For example, if I want you to copy an element with precision, I will likely not provide the steps necessary to make the copy. I assume you already know that procedure. One slight complication in any course such as this is that Bentley Systems Inc., the company behind MicroStation, issues updates and additions to its products through its Select Services program, from which members can download the latest additions and improvements. If you or your company has access to Select Services, you may see additional tools in your software not covered in the videos. As for the contents of the course, you can see the list of individual videos and their subjects on this DVD, so there is no need for me to list them all. But let me show you some of the more important subjects that will be covered. First, in the 600 video set, you will look at the extremely important subject of references, where you link saved views, models, and other design files to the current design file. This is very important since it's used in all production work, large or small. Linking design files to themselves or to other outside design files provides a very effective method of accessing and updating information between files. You will also look closely at models in MicroStation, where information can be separated into discrete subfiles within a design file. You will work with the simple design shown on the screen to fully understand the application of references and models. Let me show you what I mean. Here we see the end result of this exercise, and building up to it, you will create a series of subdrawings and save views, which will all be referenced to a sheet model ready for plotting. Now you see a white background in this view, and that's because we're in a sheet model, and the white is intended to look like a sheet of paper. I've opened the References dialog box, and you can see the different references which are attached to this file. First, we have the road design. This is the road layout, and the red boundary shows the extent of that reference. If I click on each of these references in turn, you'll see that we have all these different references all being combined into this one drawing, ready for plotting. This is a very efficient system, since it allows you to make changes to the files which are attached to this model, and then have the model display the updated and edited information. This drawing also contains some cells, and here is a cell. In fact, these tree symbols are all cells, which are equally important in terms of production drawings, where information can be stored and reused. In this particular case, we're looking at a very simple foundation drawing, and we have a series of cells in this drawing. That is a cell, and we have two copies of the same cell. That is a same cell, but with different proportions. This is the same cell, again with different proportions. We have a large cell at the bottom here, which is a standard footer cell. And we have a series of break line cells. That one, that one, that one, and that one are all the same cells. They simply have different proportions. Cells reduce the amount of work necessary for drawing by inserting standard details such as these. If you're migrating from AutoCAD, think blocks. That's the AutoCAD equivalent. Next, you'll be looking at patterning and hatching, which includes hatches, cross hatches, patterning with cells, and linear hatches. Both creating and deleting patterns can be a little complex, so you will find additional information in the Working Files folder. Here we see a standard hatch, crosshatch, a pattern with a cell, and a crosshatch which interprets holes and avoids text. The next subject will be multi-lines, which again is a very efficient method of drawing complex multiple lines as one line. The exercise you see here, which you'll participate in, contains exterior wall lines and interior wall lines, all as multi-lines. And if we zoom in a little bit, you'll see that the line itself actually has 4 lines as the definition, as does the inner wall, but the inner wall also has a center line which can be hidden if necessary. And as a matter of interest, the window symbols are also cells. And multi-lines can contain up to 16 lines for rapid and complex line placement. We'll also take a look at custom lines, which are created for specific informational lines and can contain images as well as simple line styles. And you'll learn how to create your own custom line styles. Next, in the 1500 video series, you start to work with customizing MicroStation. You look closely at the important subject of design libraries, which are used to store settings information that all design files can access. You look at element templates, custom toolboxes, and custom task lists, all of which help to speed your drawing work. And you'll use the standards checker facility to check that element attributes meet a company's standards. Let me show you a small part of this. I'm going to go to Element and Element Templates. And here you'll learn to set element template attributes, which can be used in all Open Design files. For example, we can set attributes for many different things. In this case, walls, dimensions, and text. And we can set the specific attributes for each type of element in the design. Each can have different attributes, and we access them in all drawings from the Element Templates drop-down, where we see the same information that we see here. External walls. If I click on internal walls, watch the color of the active attribute changes to the color of the internal walls attribute here. This is an extremely fast method of changing element attributes to meet specific company design requirements. And as I mentioned, you'll use the standards checker to check that the element attributes do meet those company standards. Next, we'll look at Project Explorer, which is an extremely effective file management aid that can be programmed to display all links to design files, models, spreadsheets, word processor files, etc., etc. Project Explorer can be made available in all design files in a project, allowing immediate access to all aspects of that project. Now, to help things along, you'll find a typical project in your Working Files folder, which will allow you to participate in a Project Explorer exercise. And the result will be that you can open the Project Explorer dialog box And here you see the list of preset links, which will allow you to automatically open other items. For example, we have some HVAC drawings here. If I double-click on this HVAC link, then that particular drawing opens. And here we see that we're now in the HVAC Building C design file. So you'll find that this is an extremely efficient method of opening files without using the file drop-down list. And in the last video series, I've assembled a selection of individual subjects that are important, but don't need large amounts of time to discuss. These subjects include the auxiliary coordinate system, which is extremely useful, particularly in 3D work, working in AutoCAD files in MicroStation, packaging design files and their ancillary files for transport to another person. We'll look at design history, data cleanup, etc., etc. You should conduct further research on these subjects if they're likely to be used in your personal area of work. So, by the end of the course, you will have all these and many more essential tools and techniques at your disposal to confidently work in your chosen design field. And, of course, I hope you also have fun working with the course.